What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Baby. You already know I'm giving you the East Coast swag on the West Coast streets. And I'm here for our last check-in and makeup of the year 2020. That's right, we made it to the end of the year, you guys. We made it. Yeah! By the grace of God. This was a hard year, let me tell you. So this one is going to be another update video. It is about recapping the year, what to look for next year, the pandemic, and how it affects tax season, because every adult, that's our Christmas tax season. Not every adult, but most of y'all. So anyway, there's no real theme of the makeup. I'm just going to play around with it today, see what we come up with as we discuss this year and next year. So recapping this year, this was one of the hardest years that we have had. A lot of people, especially my generation, have never experienced anything like this. A pandemic that literally stopped the world. Now, it's reported that it is global because it has reached Antarctica. Like, it's reached everywhere, and now it's finally reached Antarctica. And we are still in the heat of the pandemic, as California just reached overnight 2 million cases of COVID. So keep your mask on, people. Follow the regulations. If you ain't got to go out your house, don't go out your house. And for those who have been working through the pandemic, I commend you. We thank you for everything that you have done, especially those in the medical field. And hopefully we will get over this hump soon. Going forward, there has been a lot of effects that have taken place. Let me start my makeup too, actually. Hold on. Let me see. Okay, so going forward, how has the pandemic affected us? A lot of us, we did receive the $1,200 stimulus from the first CARES Act, and it was pretty much a benefit for anybody that was affected from the pandemic, either lost their job, hours changed. It was just all around just drastically horrible. And they recently passed a new bill that was supposed to be fought for a higher amount. But as I spoke to you guys in my last video, the bill had a stimulus package of $600 for adults and children. So with that, a lot of people were upset because, stated before, that's not enough. Like, the average amount that someone pays, honestly, the average American pays up to about $3,000 or higher a month on bills. And that includes your rent, your lights, all your utilities, cable, just taking care of your kids, with food and everything. So you can see why a lot of people were upset. As far as, I am talking too much, y'all. As far as the $600 amount. Now, Trump, this is a personal opinion, but Trump, in a last effort to sway the country to pretty much be on his side, saying that the election was rigged, he proceeded to say that it wasn't enough. And it could honestly be that he believes it isn't enough. And if it is something that he believes, honestly, Trump, I commend you for that, because you're telling the truth. It isn't. So what he wanted to do, he stated that he refuses to sign off on the bill unless, I need to do a darker eye, unless Congress raised it to 2,000. Now, many Democrat political leaders then went and tweeted, because that's how they reach the people now, tweeted that they 100% support him. 100% support him in raising that amount, and they agree and they will sign off on it. Our political figures, they did have a specific amount, a specific time frame that they had to sign off on the changes. Otherwise, if the bill was not signed, then we would go into a government shutdown. In recent news, this is now, I may do an update on it, but as of right now, recent news, it was a unanimous vote to disregard the changes. That's actually pretty cute. I wasn't even thinking about that color. Pretty cute. Look at that. That's actually pretty cute. But the recent change to 2,000 from the 600 was denied, and they said it was a unanimous vote. What also a lot of people didn't know is the vote of the 600 actually came from Trump's party. So, I don't know if I'm saying his name right. Munkin is Munchin, Munchin. I think that's what it is. So it actually came from his side that agreed to the 600. They will not disclose what Trump actually wanted as far as the direct payments to citizens, but in recent announcements, he said that he wanted it higher. So it's pretty much just a waiting game. However, what does affect your taxes of next year is going to be the stimulus package, the CARES Act that just came out. So a lot of us, what color should I do next, you guys? Because I went kind of dark there. Let's do this one. So besides the 1,200 that people received, sorry you guys, this is just, like I said, this is a random one. So this is like, I really don't know what I'm doing. I'm just like putting colors together. So the people who received the 1,200, as well as those who receive unemployment benefits, there are stipulations that went along with the payments that we received. And I want to make sure I get this correct. So let's see here. I'm going to glance over at my notes. Like, when I tell you guys I actually research, I literally researched this, okay? But it's the holiday time, so I don't have a lot memorized, but I do still have it noted down. And if you don't believe me, I can definitely put the links underneath where I receive my information. You guys can look it up yourself. But a lot of people don't watch the news anymore, so that's why I'm doing it for you guys. So continue to watch and I'll keep you updated. So anyway, now as far as tax season, I'm out of frame. Sorry guys. Now, as far as tax season, tax day next year is April 15th. What is tax day? That means that you must do your taxes and they must be submitted in by that day. That day is a Thursday. So if you're off on that Thursday, get them taxes done. If you can do it before there, I always recommend you guys do it beforehand because a lot of times you miss things or you'll put things in incorrectly and then you have to redo them. You just don't want to wait till the last minute. I'm just not an advocate for waiting for the last minute. Please make sure you get your taxes done by then. But there are some changes that you will see within next year. I'm going to get back into that. But right now, I want to go into the effects that you'll have on it itself. So let's see here. So a main concern that everyone had is, will the stimulus check count against you? No, it will not count against you in your taxes. However, it is, let's see, in layman's terms, to pretty much put it, it was more considered like an advance of what you should already receive as far as your tax refund. So it's not going to count against you, but in a way you may see a difference in your balance that you had of the previous year. If you still work the same and it's normally around that same range, you may see a decrease because that will count. Now with unemployment, that's something that's completely different. With unemployment, there are taxes that come with unemployment itself. A lot of people don't know that either. Now, we are responsible, whoever receive unemployment, you are responsible for paying back those taxes. But there are ways that this is going to be collected. So it can be a lump sum that you will receive, that you will have to pay on tax day. Again, that's April 15th. So around April, the beginning or mid-April, you are going to have to pay back either that lump sum. You can do it when you file your taxes, or it's going to be periodically removed. So pretty much you're just going to randomly see some taxes that are included that you're going to have to pay back. I know. It sucks, and I know you guys are like, what? That can't be true. But honestly, if you don't believe me, look it up. It's true. And this is not something that just occurred because of the pandemic. This is something that has been occurring for quite some time. Everything has taxes on it, you guys. We're in America. Okay, I'm surprised they didn't tax air by now. But yeah, so those two are the main factors that you are going to have to look out for when it comes to tax season. Also, there are tax, like, I guess it's tax inflation increases that you are going to see on your taxes as well. I'm actually going to pull that out so I make sure I'm telling you guys the exact thing that's going to be increased. Now, for the new year, the standard deductions and the tax brackets, those are going to show an increase. It's due to the balancing out of inflation. If you don't know what inflation means, look it up because you should know by now. This is an adult video, okay? This is going to affect the family, but adults, this is something that we should know. This is something you should know. If you file your taxes, you pay taxes, you got taxes on everything, you should know what it is. So anyway, you are going to see a increase. This increase is both for a single household as well as if you're filing joint, like if you're married. So you are going to see those, and it's pretty much to balance it out. It's not a big increase, but it's almost like double the increase that you're going to see. As far as the tax brackets, this can be seen like, it's in your paperwork pretty much when you fill out your your tax forms, but pretty much your tax bracket is the income range that you qualify in. So depending on that income range, that qualifies your tax bracket, and that is going to show an increase. Again, between that as well as when you're filing like your standard deductions, those are almost doubled next year, and that is due to the pandemic. Going further into the pandemic itself, if there are any changes that are made due to the pandemic, it is going to have a drastic effect, and it probably will affect before you even receive your taxes. So any forms that you receive, I definitely recommend you guys take a look at it, because it is going to overall affect your income, your annual income for next year as well. All right, let's take a look. Can you guys see this white? I'm literally just like trying something out. I feel like my yellow is not yellow enough. Ugh. Let me see. I'm gonna try to do something. So as I was saying, pretty much the stimulus checks, it was more of like in advance of your tax return for 2021. Now, with unemployment benefits, I know a lot of people may be getting upset or saying like, I don't know what I'm talking about. But when you sign up for the benefits, I'm going to see if I can't blend it a little bit more. When you actually sign up for the benefits, it asks you if you want to include the tax, like if you want the tax to be removed right then and there, and you have the right. A lot of people bypass it. That's why you shouldn't bypass things, guys. But it asks you if you want them then and there, and if you said no, then it didn't withhold that tax, and it is you were giving your full amount. And it is something that you would have to repay. It's that small fine print that a lot of us don't read. You would have to repay that back. And again, it does state it the same way I told you guys. Either it's something that is going to be periodically taken out, so you'll see a difference in your check. It'll be an additional tax underneath. So you'll be like, what's that? Oh, that's that unemployment that you were getting. Or it is something that you can save your money up and you can pay it all off on a lump sum on tax a day. Whew, that was a lot of information, wasn't it, guys? All right, so now for the fun part of next year. What's opening back up? To be honest, guys, I don't know if it's fun because I don't know what's opening back up with the fluctuation of everything that's going on as far as the pandemic. A lot of places are actually nervous in order to open back up. However, with the new bill itself, there's a lot of fine lining for actually citizens that are just working day in and day out, doing their daily lives, versus small business owners. There's a lot more opportunities within this bill to get relief help for small businesses than there was in the previous bill. So although you may not see it, it is something that is ultimately still offering relief. As far as the offer for relief assistance, as long as the pandemic and the COVID continues to rise, there is still going to be discussions on if there should be stimulus checks that are annual, or if they would give another lump sum. With the controversy of the $600 that was signed off on this relief package, I believe it is something that will continue to be discussed. Now, what we definitely need to look out for, and I may just do another like recap in my snap, giving you updates on the bill, is they were trying to get it out as soon as today, which well, not today, technically. They were trying to get it out as soon as next week, the first round of stimulus checks to go out. With there being such a controversy of the amount that was giving out, it is something that is still on the table and could possibly delay any relief from coming out itself. I know a lot of people had questions about, well, is there something that we're supposed to file? If we have the card, is it just going to be reloaded? And what's going to happen because it went based upon your taxes of last year. Well, the good news is you don't have to refile anything. It is going to go based on the information that was received in the previous stimulus check. Those who were delayed because of any tax information or any other like federal documents that were needed, if there is for any reason a delay, I would definitely advise to try to look up any contacts, look up any assistance within your county itself to see exactly what is going on. You also, if you have the card, they may have like a help number. I didn't have a card. I didn't receive it, so I'm not really sure about that. However, the load process, if you received it the first time, it should be the same the second time. Let's see. I'm going to actually start on my eyeliner. And I'm just going to recap everything. That's not eyeliner. Oh, no. Oh, there it is. I'm just going to recap everything that we discussed so far. So, like I said before, what should you look for going into the following year? Well, you should definitely notice some differences regarding your taxes. Any notifications regarding the stimulus checks. I'm not sure if they're going to notify you, as it was actually within the information that was available the first time. And all the information that I'm giving you is available as well. You can always go online like everyone loves to do, and you can look it up. Now that we're at home, you really don't have much to do but actually look at what's concerning you and what's going on. I definitely recommend everyone to start looking, especially within their area, to see how they're affected by it. Now, as far as the pandemic itself, a lot of states are going back on shutdown. There are mandatory curfews in many states, and some states, especially up north, are going back on lockdown. As far as California, with them reaching 2 million overnight, I'm not 100% sure, like I'm not Miss Cleo, but I have a feeling that they are going to go on shutdown. Another concern was, if ultimately it's going to be like a martial law thing. It's looking like it's heading that way, but don't quote me on it. You know what I'm saying? One thing that they definitely do still are pushing, that a lot of people are kind of turning a blind eye to, is the fact of locking down the country for 4 to 6 weeks. That way they can kind of get a control on what's going on. Now, a positive note on their end, because I don't support the vaccine, but those who get the vaccine, I commend you on it. I hope it helps. I mean, there's only one or two ways to beat the virus. Catch the virus and be immune to it, or get the vaccine and be immune to it. That's what they say. But, like I told you guys in the last video, the only way you make a vaccine to a virus is if there's some form of the virus within the vaccine itself. They put chemicals that they've man-made together with the virus. They put it together, they put it in your body, and it's supposed to activate something within your body, to activate like your T cells to fight off this virus on its own. If your body is not strong enough, there can be negative reactions. There has been cases that there have been negative reactions to this vaccine. In fact, they are calling it COVID-20, which is like effed up, you know what I'm saying? But they are actually calling it COVID-20, people who are having negative reactions to the vaccine. So it's not a joke. It's just for some reason everything is a catchy cliche at this point in time. All right, let's see here. What else haven't I told you guys? Because I feel like I gave you guys so much information. Let me go back so you guys make sure you guys heard me. Now, as far as your taxes, you may see a difference. There is going to be an increase in your standard deductions as well as your tax brackets. The reason why is because they are trying to balance the inflation that occurred during the pandemic. You are going to notice this difference. I highly recommend you go online and you look where you qualify from. That way you can kind of estimate out how much it's going to be if your refund is a vital, to a lot of people and to the nation it should be, because it is something of your right you have. You have to file your taxes, and otherwise they come get you. So please file your taxes also. Like, we don't need any other problems, people, okay? So you are going to see that difference. Now, also, those who received unemployment benefits, the taxes on your unemployment benefits, when you filled out your unemployment benefits and it asked you, do you want to have it withheld now? And if you selected no, so you would receive all your benefits without the tax taken out. Guess what? You are going to have to pay that tax back. It is either going to have to be saved up in a lump sum that you provide back on tax day. Again, tax day is April 15th. That is a Thursday. Or it is going to be periodically taken out. You are going to start noticing there's a difference in your check. And you're going to be like, what for? And they're going to be like, you know what it is. So I'm letting you guys know right now. All right. You guys know I use Il Makiage for my foundation. It is still good. I still literally only use a pump and a half on my face, and it does still take that 5 minutes in order for it to set. I'm going to put my face on, and we're going to be right back with a recap of Olive Tree Queen Productions, our check-in and makeup, and our podcast. So just give me 2 minutes, people, and we'll be right back, okay? I'm just going to get pretty really quick. Do the eyes look good already? So now that we have talked about the taxes, the pandemic, and recap 2020, we want to discuss, of course, Olive Tree Queen Productions and everything that we have going forward. First and foremost, I do want to thank everybody who's been so supportive this year. This has definitely been a year of like crazy changes, and to me this is the year for everyone to follow their dreams. This is the year for us to actually put in the effort to really make a difference, follow our passions. Do y'all hear my dog? Wallace is always in here, you guys. If you guys don't know, we have a American Pit Bull, and he is in here. He just did a round of applause for us because we're wrapping up. Okay, but anyway, so I definitely thank you guys for supporting us. We're only going to get bigger and better from here. Our production is going to be amazing. Shout out to those who started with us in the beginning. Tashir Norman, aka T. She started us off with our health and beauty. Hopefully we can get her back on board. Mr. J. Robinson, he is doing amazing. If you guys noticed my last couple posts, it has been all of his work. There was a prototype of a map for a game that he is currently working on. So shout out to him as well. As far as myself, we've had so many guests on. Don't Call Me Lucky, The Influence, Michael George Ross, Shelby Watson, Miss Chantrice Jones. We also had a doula. Oh my gosh, what was her name? I can't remember her name. I'm so sorry. But she was our first medical appearance. She was a doula from Texas. We also did do a scholarship for her, so she can go ahead and pursue her dreams and advance regarding her teaching and covering for African Americans, because there's been so many cases of women dying during child labor. So she's one of those who are making a difference. And like I said, we're just getting bigger and better, you guys. So I hope we continue to have you guys support. Also, I just want to check my lips, make sure my lips look good. Okay. Also, thank everyone for the birthday shout out. I very much appreciate all the love. I didn't do absolutely nothing for my birthday, but that's what I wanted to do, was just relax. Because, you know, sometimes creating your own business and being a mom is just like very stressful. But I hope to see you guys next year. I hope you guys have a great holiday. Have Merry Christmas. Had a great Christmas, sorry. And have a great New Year's. Continue to love each other. Support small businesses. Support your local entrepreneurs. And continue to subscribe, share, and follow. But thank you guys so much for everything that you have done. We love you.